All right. We're live.
Live?
We're live. So, all right, let me pull this up here real quick, guys. We're gonna get my mind map opened real quick, and then we are going to get started. All right. All right, guys, I want to welcome all of you to the first ever System Saturday Live, where I, John Cochran, am going to unveil a system that I use in my business that you can rip off, duplicate, and use right in your own local market. Now, guys, I'm super pumped about doing these System Saturdays Live, and I want to tell you why we did this versus just shooting a video of a system, a tip, a trick, a strategy that we use into our business and then just send it out to you on Saturday. So, I started thinking, me and my team, we met, and it was probably about 6 months ago, and we were like, how can we give these guys more? How can we give our students more? How can we go out there and serve them better? And one of the topics that came up was System Saturday, and people love these things. And I mean, we've been doing these things since 2012. We've been delivering a tip, a trick, a strategy that we use into our business, and we just give it away onto a Saturday. And people love them because we don't sell on these things. We don't want to do that stuff. We want to give you a system that you can use very quickly. And it was interesting because we had a long conversation about this, and I got this idea. I was like, you know what if we change this up and we started doing all of our System Saturdays live, and we created a show out of this, and we did it live every single Saturday at noon Eastern. And then what could happen is the viewers, the people that were watching, they could actually ask questions, they could interact, and you could get more out of it. We could actually have conversations here, and I can help you with your business every single week. And that's exactly what we did, and that's why we're doing System Saturdays Live here in the vacation capital of the world, Dayton, Ohio. So, guys, I'm super pumped about this stuff. And before we even get started, I know that you can see below on our Facebook page and whatnot, but I want you guys to go and set up for the notifications to get notified of these System Saturday Live. So it's very easy to do. All you got to do is go over to the King of Systems Facebook page, which you should be on right now. Click the King of Systems, and then you're going to see up at the top, liked. Okay, you should have liked this our King of Systems page. Right next to that, you're going to see a tab called Following. All you got to do to get notified is click on Following, and it's going to show you a pencil. Okay, so you're going to go down to Notifications, and you're going to see a little pencil, and a pop-up is going to appear. Depending on if you're doing it on mobile or if you're doing it on the actual PC or whatnot, it's going to change a little bit, but the process is the same. Go to the Following, and then what you want to do is you want to go down to Live Videos, and you want to make sure that it's checked All Live Posts. Okay, and then click Done. Now, what that's going to do is it is going to send you a notification on your phone, which some of you guys probably got. It's going to send you a notification on your phone immediately when we start the System Saturday Live show every single Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So, I see we got a lot of people on the line right now, and really what we're going to cover today, guys, is the 11 systems for finding real estate deals, and then we're going to do something very powerful at the end that's really going to set you up for all of 2018 to absolutely dominate, control, and just destroy your competition. I'm guessing that every single person that is watching this, you want to dominate and control and just absolutely crush 2018. Many people that follow me, you just don't want to do a deal. People that follow me, you really go out there and you want to build a business, whether it's a wholesaling business, whether it's a rehabbing business, whether it's a brokerage or whatever. You follow me because you want to do big things. You want to go out there and scale where you're at right now. You're not happy with the results that you're getting right now, and you need to move up to that next level. That's what we're going to do today, and I'm going to break this down very simply for you, so that you can absolutely kick off 2018 and make it the best year that you've ever had And it's going to be very easy to do this. Now, I just want to, tell you guys that these System Saturdays, just like any webinar that you've ever been on into the past, or maybe you've not been on any of my webinars, it's going to be raw. I'm just going to tell you the way that it is. I have zero fluff. I'm not going to fluff this stuff. I have zero tolerance for any of that stuff. I'm just going to tell you the way that it is. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of people are teaching very, very bad strategies. A lot of people are teaching the dream, but they don't give you the reality. Guys, System Saturday Live is the reality. That's all you're going to get from me. You're going to get reality. I'm going to show you how to scale a business. I'm going to show you how to go out there and find more deals. I'm going to show you how to do what a lot of people would say is impossible. I'm going to show you how to do that because I'm doing that right here in my own local market. I've been a real estate investor for about 15 years now. I've seen a lot of different trends. I've went $600,000 in bad debt, couldn't get out of it, didn't file bankruptcy, didn't go into foreclosure, and I had to get myself out of it. I got myself out of it through real estate investing. I started wholesaling, then we went out there and started rehabbing. Now my business is both. We do a lot of wholesaling and we do a lot of rehabbing. Actually, to be honest with you, and I'll share some of this stuff in these lives, but guys, we wholesale and we rehab nearly every single deal that we do. So we will wholesale that deal, but we'll also rehab that same deal. So we'll make two different profit streams on the same exact deal. That's what my model is. So we do both of these strategies, and I'm going to talk about a lot of deals. And I want you to go out there and scale what you're doing right now. That's exactly what we're doing this for. Now, my goals for this show are very, very simple. Now, if you're brand new in real estate investor, you never flipped a property before, maybe you just think about getting into real estate, you're into the right place, because my goal for you is to get you to do your very first deal. That's what my goal is for you in this show, is to get you to do your very first deal, show you the right systems, show you how to go out there and start scaling your business so that you can get that first deal. How do you go out there and talk to these sellers to where you can get that first deal? This show is also, my goal for you is you struggling investors that, you're trying to find deals, but they're just not coming. How in the world do you do that? You're trying to raise money, but it's just not working for you. Or, contractors are kind of giving you the runaround or whatever it might be. My goal for you struggling real estate investor is to unlock you. Guys, it doesn't have to be hard. This business is really not that difficult. It's the investor that goes out there and makes this business difficult. I'm going to unlock you. So if you're a struggling real estate investor, I don't want you to struggle. I'm going to show you the right systems, how to get started, and how to go out there and unlock yourself to find great deals to where you can scale up. You can start doing a lot more deals, hitting your goals every single month, every single day, so that at the end of your year, you're happy. You're exactly happy with the results that you've got. This show is also for the established real estate investor. Somebody that's out there, you're already, you're going out there and you're crushing it. You're doing awesome. You're doing 20, 30, maybe even 40 deals every single month. You're doing hundreds of deals a year. Guys, this is for you, because what I'm going to do is I need to show you how to have better systems, how to remove yourself from the process, and how you can actually run your business as a true CEO. How do you do that? How do you remove yourself from the process and your business still runs and you're running your business as a true CEO? See, most people think, most people think, oh my gosh, John's in the trenches every single day. I would be embarrassed to tell you guys how much time that I actually spend in my real estate business because of the systems that I've developed, so that I don't have to be inside of the business to where I can remove myself from that process. And that's what I want for you established real estate investors. See, this thing called life, it's not all about working your ass off and, never having a life. We can have a very, very balanced life and still crush it in business. That's what we need to do. That's exactly what we need to do. So I'm also going to tell you some really, really big, hairy goals that I have for this show and for you is I want to show you how to make more money. I want to show you how to make more money in 2018. I want to show you how to make more money in different types of strategies as a real estate investor. I want to show you how to find better deals. A lot of investors, and it just really, really mind boggles me. So many investors throughout the entire country, their number one struggle is finding great deals. Finding great deals. That is their number one struggle into this real estate market. They say that there's no inventory, but in reality, you're just fishing into the wrong pond. You're going out there and using the wrong bait, in the wrong pond. Everybody is fishing in that pond, so there's no deals in that pond. We got to take you elsewhere. We got to take you somewhere else so that you can find these great deals that are sitting right there into your own backyard, that are getting ready to sell at very, very massive discounts. Let me give you an example. We bought 2 properties yesterday. One of these properties that we bought yesterday, it was one of these deals that, I'll just tell you, it came from a relationship, okay? So this deal came from a relationship that we had, and we purchased this property for $100,000, okay? Now, the after repair value on this property is $230,000. So investors all over the area, they're like, oh my gosh, like there's no deals anywhere like that. But the truth of it is that there is. They're all over the place. It's just, where are you looking for these deals? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take that deal that we bought for $100,000, and we're going to go, and it only needs about $30,000 in work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to wholesale that deal off for $170,000 and make a $70,000 wholesale profit. That's what we're going to do with that deal. So we're not going to double dip on our profits or anything like that, but we're going to make a $70,000 wholesale profit. But the reason that I tell you that, I'm not bragging, the reason that I'm telling you that is because it's where we were looking for that deal. It's where we were looking, where were we focused at, and we're going to cover that in today's System Saturday. Is where do you start looking for deals? What do I focus on in 2018 to start finding great deals? What do you do? Okay? So my goal is to get you to find a lot better deals, and I want to I want you to be set up to where you're becoming unstoppable. You're getting a lot of momentum. It's one of the most powerful things that you can have as a real estate investor. And I say this in a lot of my courses, is one of the most powerful things that you can do as a real estate investor is start to gain momentum. You got to start rolling that ball, and then that ball will start rolling very, very quickly, and then it's hard to stop that train at the end of the day. We got to start getting you to get a lot of momentum right into your own local market so that you can go out there and just become unstoppable, become unglued. And that's what you need to do, okay? So these lives, just so you guys know, and then I'm getting ready to get into this, these lives are designed to be very, very interactive. That means that I want you guys commenting below with comments, questions, so that I can help you into your real estate business more. So this is not the John Show. The reason that we did these and we decided to do these lives is because I wanted to give the show to you. I wanted to give the show to you. I want to be able to help you more as a real estate investor so that you can do more of what I've done and learn from the mistakes that I've already made so that you don't make those mistakes, and I can just get you to the straight line to success. And that's what happens. So you got to go out there and comment below. And I expect you guys to do that during this, and I'm going to answer questions right at the end of this thing. And I'm going to actually answer questions right during this Facebook Live. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, just so you guys know too, there is actually about a 20-second delay in these Facebook Lives. So if I don't see your comment immediately or anything like that, that's what it is. It's about a 15-second delay that it is. So we're going to actually start right now, okay? And we're going to start on the interaction part, okay? Because I know that you've had a lot of time to think about this. We're at the end of 2017 as this is being done, and you know, one of those things is how many deals do you want to do in 2018? That's my question for you, okay? How many deals do you want to do in 2018? See, the 2018 real estate market, honestly, it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. However, it's going to be the impossible real estate market for a lot of real estate investors throughout the entire country. You got to be perfecting these systems, and you got to have better systems than the next person so that you can go out there and find deals just like what I just shared with you that we found, okay? And so that you can do a lot of deals. Now, my question to you is, how many deals do you want to do? So I want you to comment below, and how many deals do you want to do in 2018? I know you've had time to think about this, okay? So, you know, as you sit back and if you open up a book at the end of 2018, basically a year from now, how would that book read? How would that book read? How many deals did you actually end up doing in 2018? Okay? How many did you end up doing? So, let me see here. We got one per month. Steven says he wants to do one per month. 50, Paul Stem says 50, 25 to 40, 50 is the number, one per month, 25, 20 deals, at least one per month, 100, realistically one per month. So the thing of it is, guys, is I want you to comment in and I want you to tell me how many deals that you do want to do in 2018 because I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you get there. So you've got to have a plan. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You got to have a plan with however many deals that you want to do, whether it's one deal every single month, which is 12 deals a year, or whether it's doing 20 deals a year, or whether it's doing 100 deals, or whatever it is. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. You got to be laser focused on what you're going to do. And your best use of your time as a real estate investor is not inside the business. Your best use of your time as a real estate investor, honestly, is one thing. Going out there and finding deals. That's your best use of your time as a real estate investor. So if that's your best use of your time, that's really where you should be putting 90% of your efforts, is going out there and finding great deals. See, that's the difference. That's the difference in somebody making, doing 100 deals versus the struggling investor that's not doing deals. The person that's doing 100 deals has a plan. The person that's doing 100 deals is the person that's got the system, the person that's figured out that I've got to go out there and put myself out there, and I've got to go out there and focus on systems for finding deals and let the rest of it play out. And then I've got to build systems inside of my business to where everything else is flowing in the operation. I've got to be a CEO here, right? I got to be a CEO, but that's the difference. Okay, so you got to have a plan in order to do that, and we're going to work on your plan today, right here, right now. That's what we're going to do. So what I want to cover is I want to cover the 11 systems for finding real estate deals, okay? Now, we're going to do something very, very different and unique with this, okay? So, some of these things, you already know a lot of these things, possibly, all right? If you've been following me for a long time, you already know this stuff. Now, if you have not been following me, you probably don't know a lot of these strategies, okay? So I'm going to show you guys, it's actually 11 systems, not 10. It's 11 systems for finding real estate deals that you can do. Now, again, what we're going to do is I'm going to cover these 11 systems. I'm going to cover these 11 systems in detail, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an action item, a plan, something that you can do with these 11 systems that's going to set you up to, I guarantee you, do 20 plus deals in 2018. I guarantee it. If you do what I tell you to do, you will do 20 plus deals, or whatever you put into the comment box of what you want to do, how many deals that you want to do inside of your real estate business in 2018, you'll hit that number. As long as you do exactly what I'm going to tell you to do. Now, the other thing that I'm going to tell you is that we are going to give some awesome giveaways inside of this live right here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write down on this paper 3 numbers, okay, because I've got 3 giveaways. So I'm going to write down 3 numbers. Now, these numbers are going to be anywhere between 1 and 200. These numbers represent the comments that are coming in. So, for example, if I write down a number of 15, my team is going to go through this right here on this live. And my team is going to go through there, and they're going to find out who the 15th person that commented in was, and you're going to win a prize. And then, so I'm going to do that 3 times. I'm going to write down these 3 numbers, okay? So here, I'm not going to give you my 3 numbers. I'm going to give them over here, but here's my 3 numbers. Okay, no cheating. Okay, so here's my 3 numbers, and we are going to give away prizes for these people. Now, let's get right into this. The 11 systems for finding real estate deals. So you definitely want to comment in on this stuff. Okay, so the 11 different ways to find real estate deals. The first way that you can go out there and find real estate deals in 2018, really in any real estate market, and this stuff all applies to basically any real estate market. I'm not going to give you any strategies that won't work in 2018 or anything like that. But the first strategy is auctions and auction.com, okay? Now, this is a strategy that we like. I love auctions. Going to live auctions with auctioneers there. We've picked up many properties in 2017 this way. But that is one of the strategies that we use to find deals. So auctions and auction.com. Now, here, I'm going to make a prediction, okay? I'm going to make a prediction with this. Auction.com is going to end up taking over the game, guys, they're going to end up taking over the game. So this is a system that you guys are going to want to figure out very, very quickly, and understanding their platform and knowing it very inside and out, because I'm telling you that they're going to take over the game. I can foresee, and you can probably see this as well, I can foresee auction.com taking over all of the sheriff sales, all the properties going to the courthouse steps. I can see them taking over all the HUD properties, which they pretty much already have, all the REO properties. I can see them taking all that stuff over, not listing any of this stuff onto the MLS, and they're going to be controlling all of the distressed inventory. So that is a system that you should probably be figuring out. But that is one of the ways that you could go out there and use to find great deals, is auctions, live auctions, checking your newspaper or whatever, people that are selling their estates or whatnot. We've probably picked up 5-6 properties this year from auctions alone, and then figuring out that auction.com system, because be ahead of the game, don't be behind the game, okay? REOs. You could use REOs as a strategy for finding real estate deals. So this is a strategy that a lot of investors use. A lot of investors get glued to, and they don't really know the market very, very well. But when somebody goes out there and they stop making their mortgage payments, and then the property goes to the live sheriff's auction or the sale, right? So it goes to that sale, and if it doesn't sell there, then it gets listed with a REO agent. So it gets listed as to an REO agent, and basically that REO agent, what they do is they list that property up onto the market. So currently those properties are all getting listed right onto the MLS, but you can watch, and it's already happening, that a lot of REOs will start flipping, and it's already happening, going right straight over to auction.com. Okay, so REOs is a great way to find real estate deals. Here's the problem with the REOs. The problem is that not a lot of people are getting foreclosed on, versus 2008, 2009, 2010. Everybody was getting foreclosed on. That's the problem with REOs. However, is there still deals there? You better believe there's still deals there. HUD. This is another strategy for finding great real estate deals. A lot of people knew me back in 2012, 2013, 2014. People called me the HUD stud. People called me the HUD stud. And because that's all I did, was I flipped HUD properties. HUD, if you don't know, is basically an FHA. Somebody got an FHA loan. Okay, it's a type of loan that they get on a property. They get an FHA loan, and then what they do is they foreclose. They can't afford that FHA loan. The government owns that property. The government is given the FHA loan. And so what happens is they go to the courthouse steps. It doesn't sell at the courthouse steps. And then it gets listed with a HUD realtor, and then it's called a HUD property. It's an FHA loan gone bad. Now there's a lot of different systems, tricks, strategies that I've given a lot. Courses and everything that I've given a lot of how you can buy HUD properties extremely cheap. Actually, one of the first HUD properties that I bought with our system, once I figured this thing out, I bought this thing for $18.47. That's cheap. That's a great property. So you can change. You can go out there, and I don't want to say hack HUD by any means, because that's not what it is. But you can go out there and since they use an online bidding strategy, you can very easily go out there and get deals that other people wouldn't straight through HUD properties. The biggest thing that I've found with HUD is that there's just not a lot of inventory right now, and there hasn't been in a couple years. Sheriff sales. Sheriff sales is another system for finding great real estate deals. Again, this is basically somebody goes out there and they get a property. They get a loan on that property. They can't go out there and make their payments anymore, so the lender will go out there and foreclose on them. So the lender forecloses, then they take it to the auction. Okay, they take it to the courthouse step, to the sheriff sales, and then that's their strategy. So you can go out there and buy these properties at sheriff sale. I'll tell you, we haven't bought a ton of them at sheriff sale this year, but I can tell you that is a strategy that we do, and I'm going to give you that system here in a second. But it's a strategy that works very, very well. It's a lot of due diligence that you got to do on a property, but I tell you, it's a strategy that works very, very well. Some people, this is their only strategy. MLS, I'm not going to cover this too much, but the MLS, obviously there is deals onto the MLS. However, if you've watched me in the past or you've been to one of my live events, I personally, don't kill me, don't roast me on this, but I personally think that the MLS stands right now for my listings suck. There's not much onto the MLS, but I can tell you there still is deals there. There still is deals there. So if that was our only strategy, so if we didn't have auctions, if we didn't have REOs, if we didn't have HUD or sheriff sales or any of these strategies that I'm covering, do you think that you could find deals onto the MLS if that was the only strategy? The answer is yes. You could do that. If that was your only strategy, you will be able to find properties onto that MLS. Problem is that there's other systems that work a little bit better, but if that is one of your strategies, hey, make it you, and you can absolutely crush it with that. But the MLS is another great way to find real estate deals. The other one is direct mail. I love direct mail. But direct mail, going out there and sending a series of postcards or letters or whatever to a specific property. So whether you go out there and you buy a list of vacant properties, you buy a list of absentee owners, whether you buy a list of whatever it might be. And then basically, another strategy is if you could do combo motivated sellers, meaning that you find somebody that is vacant and they are also in bankruptcy and also they're an absentee owner. That would be somebody that would probably be a pretty good lead because they've got 3 levels of motivation. Direct mail is a great strategy. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. Here's what I see with investors, and here's why I can crush direct mail very, very well. But other investors throughout the entire country, they struggle with finding deals through direct mail. See, the truth of it is that there's a lot of investors, and I know them because some of them are students, that they'll go out there and they'll buy a vacant list or they'll combo, a list up or whatever and get somebody that has 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of motivation. And then what they'll do is they'll send them a postcard. And then they're done with it. See, the truth of it is that you can't go out there, and the biggest challenge and the big no-no that I'm seeing with investors with direct mail is they only send one piece of direct mail. See, the power of it, and I can show you stats on this, but the power in direct mail is actually not that first postcard. Our first postcard in our campaign is actually a throwaway. We're just seeing if their address is right. And see, that's where most investors, they're going out there and bam, I'm going out and doing direct mail, this and that. They send a direct mail piece. John, I'm not getting results. No wonder. No wonder you're not getting results. Why in the world do you think you're going to go out there and get results? All you've done is you sent out one piece of direct mail. You have to create a system. You have to have systems inside of your business to where if you're going to do direct mail and if you're going to make that like your number one strategy for finding deals, you better believe you better have 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. You better be sending 5 pieces of direct mail to those owners, and your follow-up better be amazing, and you will steal all the deals from your competition. I know it. This is our strategy. I don't get all bent out of shape when somebody tells me, John, I haven't found a deal through direct mail. It's because you only sent one letter. You got to go out there and send multiple letters to the same people, and they will respond to you. That is the key to direct mail. That is the key. Whether, again, you're just sending postcards out to vacant properties or absentee owners or people that are going through a divorce, or you're comboing those things up and you're sending people that are going through a divorce, they're also got vacant properties and they're an absentee owner. That's what I like to do when it comes to direct mail, but other people believe in different systems. But direct mail is another great way to find real estate deals. Now, here's what I need you to do. Write those 5 things down, 6 things down. Write those 6 things down. Auctions, because we're going to do something with this here in a second. Then it's going to involve you. Auctions and auction.com. REOs, write this down on a piece of paper. HUD, sheriff sales, MLS, and direct mail. I need you to write all of those 6 things down. Okay? Write all 6 of those things down. Yes, we have a ton of direct mail training. Okay? Now, we've got all 6 of these things written down. So let's go to the 7th thing out of the 11. Probate. Probate is a great strategy. When somebody goes out there and dies, then their property goes through probate. A probate attorney goes out there and handles the case and settles it or whatnot. And then the heirs go out there and work with the probate attorney to settle this person's estate that just passed away. Okay? So probate is another strategy that a lot of investors use, but some of the strategies that they use are just kind of blah. See, I can't wrap my head around why somebody would go out there and send direct mail to somebody in probate when they're going through all these emotions or whatnot. I can't wrap my head around that. Why somebody would send direct mail to somebody in probate versus going after the probate attorney, building a relationship with that probate attorney. See, if you can the problem is that when people send direct mail to somebody in probate, that's one house. That's only one property. But if you built a relationship with 4 probate attorneys that did 40 cases a year, look at what you just did. You took and spun a system to where you're sending out direct mail, direct mail, direct mail. It's costing you money, it's costing you money, it's costing you money. And then all of a sudden, you change it to a relationship with a probate attorney. You don't have to pay these guys. You can't pay these guys for the leads. They're there to settle the estates. Okay, so they're there to settle the estates, and then bam, you have your in with 1 attorney, 2 attorneys, 3 attorneys, 4 attorneys, or whatever it is that does multiple cases a year. That's how you scale a system like that. That's how you scale a system like that. So probate, it's another great strategy. There's 2 different ways to do probate. One is the direct mail approach, and then the other is the probate attorney approach. You can do both. One of them works better than the other, but you can do both of those, but it does take different efforts. Let me explain that for a second, because this is going to tie into to the exercise that we're going to do here in a second. So, for example, there's 2 different ways to do probate. Go after the probate attorney, build a relationship with a probate attorney, or you can send out direct mail to the actual house and hope that the heirs get it or whatnot, and then that they call you, and then they get to the probate attorney and everything else. Okay? So that's, there's 2 different ways to do that. And if you look at this as a real estate investor, both of those strategies are for 2 different types of people. And what I mean by that is, if you are the type of person that you could go out there and talk to a rug, even if that thing didn't talk back. If you saw somebody out there onto the street and you didn't even know this person, you would be okay with saying, "Hi, my name is John Cochran. How are you doing?" You would be okay with doing that and striking up a conversation with them. That is the type of person that can do that. That is the type of person that should be going out there and meeting with the probate attorneys. But then there's also people that you can't do that. You can't go out there and say, "Hi, my name is John Cochran." You can't do that. It's just not you. That's not a bad thing. It's just not you. So what do you do? How do you do probate? If you're kind of the shy, you don't like to talk to people, whatever it is, what do? Well, you do the direct mail approach. So you can still do probate, but the truth of it is that you got to match it up to your strength, right? So I'm not going to force you to go out there and talk to probate attorneys if you're not a people person. That doesn't make sense. But if you are that type of person to where, you just can't talk to people, you don't like to talk to people, it's just not you, hey, you can still crush it. Think with your mind, guys, and go and just do that same approach, but do it with direct mail. Do it with direct mail. So there's 2 different ways to do that, okay? And I want you to start thinking about this list that we are going through, because we've covered 7 things so far. What is your strengths? What is your strengths? You need to know what your strengths is. Is probate your strength? What is your strength? Is HUD your strength? What are you interested in? What are you good at? Because that's what we're going to do here in a second. Bandit signs, the corrugated plastic, we buy houses, I buy houses, Johnny buys houses, bandit signs that you see on telephone poles, at stop signs or whatnot. That is a great way to find real estate deals. A lot of people do them. I see them all over the place. A lot of people do that stuff. So obviously it works. We do it as well. But if you're going to do a system like this, I highly suggest that what you do is you do not use the We Buy Houses name. You do not use that at all. You use more of like an I Buy Houses, or like a Johnny Buys Houses, Grandma Buys Houses with your phone number on it or whatnot. If you're going to do bandit signs, do not put a URL or whatnot and try to drive people to a website or anything like that. Send it straight to a phone call. That's by far the way that you're going to crush it with bandit signs if you go out there and do that. Another strategy for finding great deals is internet leads. Go out there and find internet leads. So the truth of it is that you can go out there and take, doing like direct mail or whatever, send these guys to a website. Send these guys to a website to where they go out there fill out their information or whatever it might be. They fill out their information, and then you get their information, and then you go out there and call these guys. That's called an internet lead. So you got to have a website set up. You've got to have that set up and everything else, but people get deals through internet leads. I strongly disagree with this, with doing internet leads, but it does work. It does work. If you do, I know Jeremy Califf, which is probably on the line, you do a lot of Google ads. So you do a lot of like Google ads. So when people are typing in like sell my house now or whatnot, you got to send them straight to a website. They fill out that form on there, and I've known a lot of people to make a lot of money on that. Here's the problem with that system. It doesn't generate a lot of leads. It's one of those shiny object syndromes that a lot of people get, investors get, that, at the end of the day, they just, they think that they need this website set up or whatnot. If you're going to do that, I would strongly set up a website, but I wouldn't put a form on there. I'd just go out there and send it straight to a cell phone. Send it straight to a cell phone, and just so that people can call in, because people don't like to fill out forms anymore. They just don't like to fill out forms anymore. Another strategy is relationships. So, like the strategy that I showed you with probate. What if you build relationships with other realtors and you start getting pocket listings? Kyle, one of the guys that I mentor, Kyle, he goes out there in Virginia, and that's one of their strategies. They build relationships with realtors, and then those realtors will go out there and give them pocket listings before anybody else, REO agents, and then other agents in general. They will give them to Kyle first. We use this strategy very, very, very well. Very well. Relationships is a very powerful strategy. Sheriff sales. If you guys want like an instant deal, instead of going out, you could flip the sheriff sale process into a relationship. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean that most investors, what they do is they hear sheriff sale, or they hear, it's going to the courthouse steps or the auction or whatnot. So what do? They're doing all their due diligence on these properties or whatnot. They're doing all this and that. But in reality, what if you did this? What if you went to the courthouse steps and you didn't care about any of the properties that were selling? You were talking to all the other investors that were out there bidding. You think they don't have deals right now that they could go out there and wholesale to you, or go out there and bring to you? The answer is they do. They do all day long. So relationships is one of those strategies that, we figured this system out in 2015. So a couple years ago, we figured this system out, and I'll tell you that it could be one of the most powerful strategies that you've got. Okay? It could be one of the most powerful strategies. Now, relationships is more of one of those people person things. Okay? So you got to be more of a people person. You got to be able to talk to people, okay, in order to be able to do relationships. But if you do that, it is one of the best strategies that you will ever have as a real estate investor. That's almost solely what we do into our business. The other strategy, and the last strategy that we're going to cover before we get on to this exercise, this mission to go out and get you to crush 2018, is getting deals from other wholesalers. So I used to be against this system. And I'll tell you why. I used to be against this system because they send me crap like you wouldn't believe. Almost on a daily basis, you bet that a wholesaler is emailing me, they're hitting me up on LinkedIn, they're writing me direct mail or whatever it might be, and they send me all these deals, right? Most of them are junk. They overinflate the after repair value of what the property is actually worth. They overinflate that, and then they underdo what the repairs are, so it sounds like it is a good, solid deal, when it really, honestly, is not. So, but what I can tell you is that if you're struggling to find inventory right now, which a lot of investors are, and you can't figure this whole thing out, start going to other wholesalers. Do your due diligence. Make sure that you are very, very accurate on your after repairs. Make sure that you're very accurate on your repair estimates. Make sure that you're very, very accurate on that stuff. And if you are, you will find deals straight through wholesalers. You will do that all day long, okay? You will do that. So I want you to write these below the 6 that we've already done. So probate, bandit signs, internet leads, relationships, and wholesalers. So you should actually have a list right now of 11 different strategies that you can use to find real estate deals. 11 different strategies. And let me go back to this. You've got auction.com, auctions, REOs, HUD, share of sales, MLS, direct mail. We've got probate. We've got bandit signs. We've got internet leads, relationships, and other wholesalers. We've got 11 different strategies. Okay? Now, here's where the power is going to come in. Okay? Here's where the power is going to come in. Because I'll tell you, I teach a lot of real estate investors throughout the entire country. I get to see a lot of different stuff. People email me. I'm so blessed that people get to email me every single day, and they get to, bounce ideas off of me and ask me questions as a real estate investor. Okay? So, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you. The reason that investors don't do deals, or they struggle to go out there and do deals, is because they are all over the place. I call it, they're squirrels. They're squirrels. They're going out there and they're going out there and chasing that. They're chasing that. They're chasing that. They're chasing that. Chasing that. Chasing that. And they can't go out there and focus on one thing. They can't go out there and focus on one thing. Now, I think that we could all agree that if something happened, and, like if you're going to go out there and do something completely opposite than your competition, and you're going to do like newspaper ads, and you're going to, go out there and do newspaper ads to find deals. Now, I don't advise you to do that by any means, but I think that we could all agree that if that was the only strategy that you're going to focus on in 2018, that's the only thing that you're going to do in 2018 is newspaper ads, you're going to do deals. Because you're going to get your copyright. You're going to figure out what number they actually call more. Because does an easier number work, or does a harder number work? Is a longer ad what works better? Is a shorter ad what works better? Do you start with this name or whatever? Like, how do you structure it? You're going to start testing and tweaking, because that is your one strategy, your one thing that you're doing, and you're going to master it. And see, what the problem is with all these other investors throughout the country, and probably a big majority of the people that are watching this right now, is you're trying all these different stuff, right? You'll go out there and do direct mail to a vacant list or to a combo list or whatever it might be, and you won't go out there and get a result on, your very first mailing, so you don't send another mailing. And then what you do is you'll move on to a next strategy or the next shiny object, which is HUD properties. Or then you'll do your next, that didn't work, I didn't see any deals right there. And then you'll go on to your next strategy of probate. And then you'll try that for a little bit, and then you're going to say nothing works. Guys, it doesn't work like that. The reason that I put all 11 of these things up onto this screen, and why I'm going through this, and why I had you write all that stuff down, is because the truth of it is that all 11 of those things will work. You just got to focus on those 11 things. That's it. You got to focus on a certain amount of those 11 things. That's it. That is the key. So here's what we need to do. You need to go out there and you need to think, which of these 11 are you? Which are you? Is bandit signs you? Because it might not be you. Is probate you? And if it is with you, what strategy are you going to use? Are you going to use direct mail, or are you going to use a probate attorney approach? Which are you going to do? That's why I explained all this stuff to you. Relationships, is that you? See, we got to find out what your strengths are, and we got to focus on 2 to 3 of these things, and that's it. That's it. That's all we need to focus on, is 2 to 3 of these things. So why don't you guys go actually into the comment box right now, and why don't you put what 2 to 3 of these strategies are you? What 2 or 3 of these strategies are you going to focus on in 2018? Because I'm telling you guys, if you want to scale up and if you want to do impossible things in 2018, focus on 2 to 3 things. That's it. That's it. You don't focus on all 11 of these. You don't focus on, and guys, there's more than that. There's Craigslist ads. There's all these different ways to find deals. There's a ton of them. We teach 26 different ways, but you'd be a fool to do all 26 of those things. You'd be a fool to do that stuff. See, the truth of it is that if you really want to take your business and find more deals and better deals and things that you have not done into the past, focus on 2 to 3 of these things. So auctions, REO, and HUD, says Steve. So that's great. That's absolutely great. You guys got to go out there and choose what those things are. okay? You got to choose what those things are, and that's how you're going to dominate. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here in a second to really, really, really help you with this. We've went through the 11 strategies that you could be using to find deals. You need to establish what 11 are you, okay? You need to pick those 2 or 3 things. You need to think about this stuff. You already know what you are. You already know what you like to do. And don't do something that you don't want to do. And you got to focus on those 2 to 3 things all year. Because you will figure it out. We can develop the system. We just got to get you laser focused on those 2 to 3 things and not be that squirrel. That's the problem, guys. That's the problem why people are not doing more real estate deals, is because they're all over the board. They're all over the board. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. People are commenting in right now, probate and other wholesalers. People are commenting in right now, which is absolutely fantastic, of what you are looking to do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pin, because I'm going to hold you accountable to this stuff, okay? I'm going to hold you accountable to these 2 to 3 strategies, and I'm going to check in with you every 3 months or every single quarter in 2018 to make sure that you're getting those 2 to 3 strategies right. So I need to put this on file with our office. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go out there and we're going to pin a URL. We're going to put a URL right here into the chat below here, and we're going to pin it to the top, okay? We're going to take that URL and we're going to pin it right there up to the top, and I want you to go to that URL. All you do is you put your name in there, and then you pick your 2 to 3 strategies of the 11 that I gave you, and I'm going to hold you accountable, and those are the 2 to 3 things that we're going to focus, that you are going to focus on in 2018. Guys, I don't think you understand what I just did for you, because I see hundreds of thousands of real estate investors every single year come in and out of the system, and I get to train a lot of local people, apprentices we call them, and I get to see what their behaviors are, and I'll tell you, the key with the people that do deals is they've got 2 to 3 strategies that they do. It doesn't matter which of the 2 to 3 strategies that you're going to do. It just matters that you pick 2 to 3 and you stick with them. That's how you go out there and you really, really crush it. So we're going to pin that URL. Did we already do it? So we got the URL already pinned right there. And you guys can see that right now. It's up at the very, very top. It's a pinned comment. So you can scroll right below this video, and you will see that URL. Click on there, and then you're going to pick your 2 to 3 strategies. Put your name in there and pick the 2 to 3 strategies that you want to do as a real estate investor, and I'll tell you that is the key to 2018. That is going to be the key. Okay, now, what we're going to do. This has been awesome. I have fun. I love these things. I love doing this stuff live because I can get interaction with you. When these shows end, I can go out there and I can look at every single comment. I want to get to know you better, and I want to be able to answer your questions. Okay? I want to be able to answer your questions very, very on every single one of these live. So there's actually a couple things that we need to do before we wrap up. Okay? The first thing is we need to go, and if you just are joining us right now, maybe you joined us live, you can catch this as a replay right there on Facebook. However, what you need to do is you just need to go change your settings, go to the following button. So go to the following button and then turn your notifications on for these Facebook Lives so that I can notify you every single Saturday that I go live on Facebook Live. You'll get notified the minute that we do it, and you will be able to join. And this is where I give free tips, tricks, strategies, because I'm here to help you. I'm giving this show to you guys. Now, here is the thing. Now we are going to announce winners. Okay? Okay, so we can't do that until this thing is over. So here's what I'm going to do. I wrote down those 3 numbers. And the whole goal was to get you to comment in, because I'm going to go out there and give you something really, really awesome. Now I'm going to give you one of 3 things, okay? And I'm going to do this after this live, so you're going to get a message directly from us. Here's what we're going to do, okay? Right over there, you will see a CEO Millionaire shirt. People see me. I wear these things all the time. You actually, in my profile picture on Facebook, whether it's on the King of Systems page or on my personal page, I am in my CEO Millionaire shirt. A lot of people, I've got so many comments saying, John, I want one of those shirts. So I'm going to go out there and again, after this lot, after we get off here, I wrote down those 3 numbers, and that first number that I gave away, or that I wrote down, if you commented in that time, that number or whatever it was, I'm going to go out there and ship you a CEO Millionaire shirt. I'm going to ship that to you. I'm going to need your size, and I'm going to ship it right to your front door. So that is the first thing that I'm going to give away. The second thing that I'm going to do is I wrote down a second number. Now, I don't know how many people have commented in on this thing so far, but it's been a lot. 269 people have commented in. So that's really, really powerful. So I wrote down a second number. Now that second number, so say that number was 15. It wasn't, but let's say that number was 15. So the 15th comment that we got in, that particular person, I'm going to give you my business transformation course. Now this is by far our best course that we have. We're getting ready to do a third version of this, and I'm going to explain that later on future lives. But I'm going to go out there and give you what, if you were that second winner, I'm going to give you access into our business transformation. It is by far the most powerful course you will use as a real estate investor, and I'm going to give it to you completely for free. We retail that thing at $14.97. We sell it every single day, and I'm going to give it to you for free. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's long. It's about 70 hours worth of training, really breaking down all 26 different systems for finding deals, for funding. I mean, it is very, very long, but it is good. How to rehab properties, how to go out there and find deals, how to go out there and fund deals. We even fund deals for you, and how we flip properties. Okay? So I'm going to give that to you if you were that second winner. And again, I'm going to message you directly after this is right over. Now, the third thing is I want you to comment in if you're actually going to our Vegas event. We're doing a Vegas event, and probably it's January 12th and 14th, so it's a little bit about 2 weeks away. We're going to be in Vegas, and this is the one time of the year that I go out there and I show all the different research. I show over $250,000 of research of what's going to happen into the real estate market, because all of the decisions, everything that you do in business, it should be done by research. Your decisions that you make and how you find deals and whatnot, it should all come from research, not from anything else. So this is the one time a year. I do one event a year, and I go through and I explain. I take everybody through and I give them the blueprint for all of 2018. That's what we're doing. We're going to give them the blueprint for all of 2018. This event is going to be different. This event is going to be very, very different. And the reason is because we are keeping this event small, because it's going to be a workshop and it's a live event, a seminar or whatnot, but it's more of a workshop. Okay, so we're keeping this event small. This is not going to be one of those things where there's 300 people at or whatnot, and it's just going to be a pitch fest or anything else. I want to help you. So my question to you is, who wants to go? Who wants to go? Who wants to go to Vegas here in 2 weeks? Who wants to go there and learn a playbook of what to do in 2018? How is Johnny C finding deals in 2018? How is he protecting his assets in 2018? How is he going out there and using the new tax reform for 2018? How is he going out there and making more money and paying less taxes? How is he doing all that stuff? There's only three people that are going to be teaching and training there. Myself, my attorney Jeff Watson, which you guys probably know him. Jeff Watson's on the line. What's up, brother? And then David Goggins. There's only 3 people that are going to be there teaching. It's going to be small because we are going to work on your business for 2018, and we're going to absolutely crush it. It is the complete playbook for 2018 and how to crush it. So my question to you is, who wants to go? Who wants to go? Now, how do you want to handle this? With the people that say that they want to go, how do you want to handle this? Do you want me to write down another number? Because I'm assuming if they don't want to go, there's a problem with you because you just don't want to crush 2018. It's not too often that where you can go out there and have the whole plan for 2018 based upon research and just get to rip off my entire business.
So for the third number, was that the Vegas trip?
The third number was the Vegas trip.
So if that number doesn't want to go or they can't go, I'll go to the next person who can be there, and then I'll just contact everybody directly until we get a serious contender.
Okay, so come here and explain it to everybody. The wonderful, the beautiful, my girlfriend, Alicia, is going to explain to you who is going to win Vegas for this trip. Now, you're going to have to, we're going to take care of the ticket, the ticket to get into the event. We're going to take care of, the recording. We're going to give you the recording right there. All you got to do is you got to fly into Vegas, and I will take care of the ticket to get into the actual event. That'll all be on us. So how are we going to do this?
Okay, so we have a number written down, and if if that person is unable to make it, I will go to the next person who can join us in Vegas, and I will just keep going through the list on everybody who can be there. So if you comment in and you can really be there, please be serious because I'm going to be contacting you guys all directly, and I think we have like 300 comments now. So I'll just contact you guys directly, and then we will pick the winners. And then after the live, I'll contact everybody directly, and then I'll make a post so everybody can see who won.
Yes. We're going to post and make sure that everybody sees who won. Again, it is a CEO Millionaire shirt. It is the Business Transformation course, which will totally transform your entire life, your entire business. And then obviously the big one is the VIP ticket to get into our Las Vegas 2018 playbook to hear myself, Mr. Jeff Watson, and David Goggins go out there and absolutely crush. How to go out there and crush 2018. How do you protect your assets? How do you go out there and just crush it? We're going to deliver the entire playbook. It's going to be power. It's going to be done in 2 weeks right there in Vegas. So,
Somebody said you need to marry me.
I need to marry you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, guys, I want to take a couple questions. So, why don't you go out there, and did anybody ask any type of questions that I can answer right here onto the line?
I am trying to keep up. They're commenting like crazy right now.
If you guys have questions or anything about your business, I'm going to stay on the line for about the next 2 to 3, 5 minutes or so because I want to be able to help you inside of your business. And do you have any questions that pertain to today's show or anything like that I could answer?
Keeping up with them right now.
The Business Transformation course is amazing, well worth it. I agree. Jeremy Califf, what's up? What are your top 2 strategies for 2018 to drive the best deals? Here's the thing. It depends on, I'm going to give you the athlete answer. This is the answer that I'm not going to directly answer the question, but it's the absolute truth. So the real answer with this is what I'm doing and what you're doing might be totally different. And the reason that I tell you that is because we go straight relationships. Like we find our deals through relationships. Like all 11 of those things that I gave you guys, we have spun to a relationship in some way. But I'm good at relationships. That is our strength. That's what we do. I hire people that are good with relationships. I bring on apprentices that are very, very good at building relationships. So probate, I don't do direct mail. I go after the probate attorney. With direct mail, we will do combo sellers. We will not send out vacants or anything else. So I'll tell you, relationships for us is our top strategy. But again, it's us. So whoever asks that, it might not be your strategy. If you can go out there and talk to a rug, I think that you would be a fool not to focus on relationships. And I can help you. I can help you with the relationship side. And how do you do relationships if, how can you spin all 11 of those things if you are that people person? But if you're not a people person, guys, you should probably be sticking straight to like direct mail. You should be sticking to things where you don't really have to go out there and, hi, my name is John Cox. I'm okay with doing it. But a lot of people are not. So my two strategies would be direct mail and relationships, but again, that's for us. And we do all 11 of those with relationships, but I do also do direct mail. But I don't do direct mail other than combo motivated seller leads. Combo motivated seller leads. How did you work out the numbers on your wholesale deal? You mentioned 100,000. Okay, so the deal that I mentioned earlier about the deal that we bought yesterday, one of the deals that we bought yesterday for $100,000 needs $30,000 in repairs. And how did we go out there and get that deal? Number one, it came through a relationship. One of our apprentices that we have underneath us that we teach the business to, they go out there and they found this deal for us through their relationship. Okay, so that's how we found this deal. Now, I'll also tell you too, Peter, that this deal, it was one of the most challenging deals that we've ever done. Yes, it's a $70,000 wholesale profit, and that's awesome, it's sexy, and it's great, but there's a lot of things that we had to do. So for example, like you won't see me posting pictures of this thing or anything else, even though that we do own this property right now, we got this property funded and everything yesterday, even though that we own this property, you're not going to see me doing too much because I now got to get the lady out of it. So there's more than enough, meat on this deal for me to go out there and if I have to evict her and everything else. It was one of those deals where we run into these things quite often because we deal with relationships. Okay, and those are the fattest deals, period, that you will always do. But the truth of it is that, with that deal, we had to go out there and put cash in her pocket through the proceeds of the sale, and we had to go out there and get her a car. So we had to go out there and buy her a car. We had to buy her another house. This is all within that $100,000 because she didn't owe anything on the property. We had to go out there and put cash. She needed $10,000 in the bank. She needed a house, and we had to give her a car, and we got to move her. So we had to do those four things. Okay, so we had to do those four things in order to get her to do that deal. Now, but here's what I want to share with you, though. Those four things, notice that her issue of selling, she sold it to us for $100,000. But the reason that she sold it to us for $100,000 is because we fixed her problem. See, most investors, they're so stuck on the price, the cash that's going to be involved in this deal. I'll give you $100,000 for it. Well, she wasn't interested in $100,000 for this house. But we fixed her problem. We got her a car. We went out there and put cash in her bank. We got her another house. We found her all this stuff. So she went out there and she worked with us on this deal, and we just closed it yesterday. This was a deal that was in our pipeline for maybe a week and a half. And we just went out there and closed it. But that's the key with it. So another question that we got in was people are wanting me to explain what a combo motivated seller lead is. Guys, this is very simple. A combo motivated seller lead is with like direct mail. So many people they can go out there and buy a vacant list. They can buy a list of people that are going through a divorce. They're buying a list of absentee owners. They're buying a list of all these different lists. What if you went out there and you put it through some type of software and you put all of those 4 or 5 lists together and you found out who had a combination of levels of motivation? Meaning that, when you're just mailing somebody on a vacant list, you just know that their property's vacant. When you're just mailing an absentee owner, somebody that owns a piece of real estate but they don't live in it, you just know that as an absentee owner. When you're mailing a person that's in divorce, you know that they're divorced. But if you put those lists together and you can combine those lists, now you know who's absentee, who's vacant, and who's going through a divorce. So if you put those lists together, you're going to find people who have all 3 of those motivations. Wouldn't you agree that that is the best? You'd rather go after somebody that has 3 levels of motivation. They're divorced, they're going through a divorce, their property is vacant, they're going through a pre-foreclosure, and they're an absentee. They got 4 levels of motivation. Wouldn't you agree that that is a better lead than tackling somebody that's just got an absentee owner? See, that's why I can't wrap my head around why investors are going out there and they'll send out 40,000 pieces of direct mail. Huh? Why? Why would you send out 40,000 pieces of direct mail? It's because you're doing a shotgun approach. You're doing a shotgun approach. Your system is you're just seeing what sticks. You're shooting and you're just seeing what sticks. See, you don't have to do that. If you go out there and find combo motivated sellers, people that have 2, 3, 4 levels of different types of motivation, well, now you're laser targeting those people, and now your message can even be different to them. See, that's what we do. That's what we do. I don't mail vacants. I don't mail, just people that have one level of motivation. I mail people that have 2, 3, 4 levels of motivation, because that's the people that have to sell. Guys, that's the key into this market. So guys, I'm going to end this Facebook Live. This has been absolutely phenomenal. You guys blow my mind every time that I speak to you. Here's one last thing that I want you to do. Comment below and let me know if you liked today's System Saturday Live. Comment below. Let me know if you got value out of today's System Saturday Live. And make sure that you also go to the pinned URL up at the top, and make sure that you guys go out there and you give me your 2 to 3 strategies, because I'm going to hold you guys accountable. I'm going to hold you guys accountable to make sure that you're sticking to those 2 or 3 strategies and you're not going all over the board, because that is the key to being successful. So comment below. Let me know if you liked today's System Saturday Live, and I will see you guys on future System Saturday Lives, and it will be next Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Be there. I will see you there. See you guys. Comment below. Let me know if you like it. Give me a like.